welcome to the second chapter of the Bankers Masterclass series with PPF Group on getting fintech right. I'm Kimberly Long, Age Relative to the Banker, and I'm speaking with Carol Horak, Chief Customer Officer at Airbank, to talk about digital banking. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Kim. Hi. Thank you for having me and inviting me.
What are the benefits of a digital bank? What can they provide to customers that other financial institutions cannot provide?
I believe that the digital banks can really focus on clients' needs in a customer-friendly environment. And I can demonstrate it on our example, as Airbank was founded only 12 years ago. So obviously, having no heritage, it had great advantages not to take care of transforming the previous systems or transforming the processes. Airbank was simply built from scratch. And there was a very good positioning against mastodons in banking. Whilst in just imagine 12 years ago in the Czech Republic, the banks were very, very traditional. And we were able to challenge the market so we could provide to people a bank or banking that they can really like to do things differently and much better. And it is very helpful to start with a digital service. And Airbank was built with a digital service at its core. So we always look, even up until now, what can be really benefited, or what our clients can benefit from, and we always look what they really need. So if you look at the directions, what we look at, we really focus on developing or creating the banking for people. So we really check always what they need. We are trying to make it very simple so they can orient themselves very easily in a very intuitive environment that they can manage digitally. And also we always communicate very fairly. So in general, I believe that the digital banking is something which you can build the banking and the services and the products as you wish, as you prefer, and this is a great advantage. On the other hand, we in Airbank don't believe that the digital environment is sufficient. So that's why we also built a limited number of branches to serve people who prefer and desire face-to-face communication or service. So we are not having a mass scale of the branches, but we still do have some to have a omnichannel approach. And we are always striving to improve. On the other hand, it's always very nice to get a recognition. And over the period of the existence of Airbank, we have been awarded many times, not only by the experts, but also by public. And we are very proud that our NPS, Net Promoter Score, or in general, the client satisfaction is the highest among all banks in the Czech Republic. And that all is very much driven by our superb mobile banking application. That is the best rated app in the Czech Republic. And also we are also providing the virtual assistant, meaning voice bots, chatbots, which are also being recognized. And all this is very much appreciated by our clients who are still coming and increasing the group of our active clients in our bank.
What's the relationship between the digital bank and the traditional banks?
I think that the fundamental is identical. It is identical because they want to satisfy customer needs. On the other hand, the digital banks are so-called challengers. They are also delivering an inspiration for the traditional banks, and they are also helping to accelerate the development by itself. So to have a combination of traditional banks and digital banks in one market is very helpful because it improves the quality of the service that can be provided to the clients in general. And in recent years, we can also observe that even traditional banks are transforming themselves to be more digital. They are also stopping charging some nonsense fees, which was the case in the Czech Republic 12 years ago. So having a disruptor, or in other words, challenger, is helping the entire market, the entire environment. And by providing this and by providing more options to the clients, we see that people are also more open to change the banks and transfer their banking into new players. So again, providing options is the key outcome of the combination of these two parts. However, saying that the digital banks are only focusing on the new clients would be wrong, because we in our bank, we are providing the same quality of service to the current, to the existing clients, as well as to the new clients. So we don't really distinguish between these two groups. We are really trying to offer the same quality and the same customer experience for both of them. And in general, our ambition is to become the most relevant retail bank in the Czech Republic. And saying most relevant means that we are not hunting new clients just to have them in the database. We are really striving to have them active, to provide the highest number of retail clients with the best service they can really like, they can value, and they, most of all, use frequently.
How do you see the future of banking and your services in the next few years? What do you think will be the main developments?
In general, I believe in further digitalization, not only for the new digital players, but also for the entire industry. And even up until now, we see some very good examples how new technology or even AI can really improve customers' life and accelerate some processes. Even now, we see that the technology can read and recognize documents. They can read some information from IDs and so on and so forth. And recently, especially in the Czech Republic, we can witness quite a high number of cybercrime. So the technology can really help us to protect the clients from being robbed by some fraudsters, and by some smart algorithms, we can detect some, say, patterns how these fraudsters are acting and how they are trying to cheat the system. So in general, the cybersecurity is the future, I believe. And another point that I would like to highlight is quite separated or quite different from the security. This is the sustainability, which comes on the agenda of especially young generation or all responsible companies or groups in the most recent years. And also in our bank, we are not different. We are also trying to drive this direction. And as the most recent example, we agreed with three other banks to share our ATM network, which obviously delivers some energy savings. We can allocate the ATMs more efficiently, and not only the banks but also the clients can benefit from having the options to withdraw the cash wherever they need. And still, our ultimate, or in general, the banking in digital environment has a very clear goal. So to provide everyone with simple and carefree banking, starting from payments, credit products, or even investments. And we are preparing some new innovations on top of that, which we hope may transform the entire industry again and accelerate its development. But basically, when you ask me about the future, I might have some ideas, but I don't have the answers, because only the clients will tell us what they need, what to do, because they rule and they will always rule the finance world.
Thank you for speaking with me today, Carol.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
In Chapter 3, we are looking at collaborations between telcos and banks and how they compare with fintechs.